Good morning. It's going to be an exciting day here. Not so exciting this morning. We're starting off running that corn through a second time, doing some cleaning there. If you're new, I spilled some corn. It got dirty, sticks and leaves and grass in it. So we made a homemade cleaner. My dad did. And we're running it through. Second pass on this box. I'm going to get it cleaned up. That should be good. We got a seed delivery to make a little bit later today. We need to maybe get our planter outside, do some measurements, and make sure this is all ready to go. And then we've got a big delivery coming this afternoon that I'm pretty excited for. All right, well, we got that corn run through again. It's not perfect. It's not going to be fun to plant, but it will plant. So we're going to call it good enough. All of that came out of the corn, this whole bucket. Yeah, we got a lot of debris out. So anyway, we need to clean up here a little bit, and then we're going to look at our concrete. We should go do that, and then we need to go load up a trailer. There's the concrete. Poured yesterday. Looks pretty darn good. They should be back sometime today to cut it. The saw, so we'll get the stanchion joints put in, but yeah, it looks fantastic. Nice and smooth, so it'll sweep nice. Beautiful. What a deal. This has been a long time coming. Okay, that's what we need to take. Kind of cleans that corner out. We got a bunch of bags yet, but getting closer. I got that trailer loaded up, and I had a little time to kill before we need to go. So I had another project I started on. I got to get my lawn working, fixed up. Get the weeds killed, get some grass to grow better. So I got some stuff yesterday when I was going to lunch. I got some Trimec, which is a herbicide for lawns to kill the dandelions and clover and the broadleaves and just the stuff that you don't want in your lawn. I also picked up some bagged fertilizer. And we were done with the clover seeder in the gator here. So I'm spreading some fertilizer. I even got the GPS going. We're attempting to get a relatively even spread. I'm double or triple spreading everything, trying to use it up, putting it on lighter, and then coming back over it rather than going heavy at first. Because frankly, I didn't know where to set the gate. But yeah, we're going to try and turn this lawn around a little bit, make it green, get rid of the clover, make it look better. Because frankly, it looks terrible right now. Okay, I got that done, what I needed to do. We got to go make our seed delivery now. But I figured I better rinse this down first to get the fertilizer dust off. Otherwise, it's going to be rusted before I get home. Well, maybe not that fast, but pretty close. So I did spray it with some lubricant stuff to keep it dust off of the metal parts on the spreader at least before I started. So hopefully that helps, but it also made it sticky. Just got an update about our delivery that's coming this afternoon. It just left the factory in Illinois about a half hour ago. That was around noon, so it's going to be 5 or 6 probably before it gets here, if they're still coming today. I hope so. We'll find out. Where did we leave off? I just got back from delivering seed. I don't really remember. I think they just came and cut our concrete. See that real quick. I've got a delivery coming of something other than the thing that I'm really excited about. Some fertilizer stuff. Kind of fertilizer stuff. I don't know. It's a trial product. Anyway, we gotta get that unloaded. I think, what should I do next? I think I'm gonna get that spreader out of the back of the gator because I want to put a sprayer in to actually do the killing of the clover and dandelions. So let's go there. Ah yes, saw cut. 3 cuts in each direction. more than we did over here. One in one direction. Of course, it was 2 pours, so one in each direction, I guess. I don't know. Whatever, it looks great. That's done. So now it needs to cure for a few days. We'll give it at least a week before we start parking stuff back in there. Might be able to drive on it a little bit here in another day or two. You know, if we wanted to set some of that kind of stuff on there, it would be fine, but we have no need to, so we'll just let her sit and cure. Okay, so I want to get this spreader out of here. We just got a couple of bolts on the front here on these brackets that hold it in place. We got to get the cable unbolted, and then it comes out. Unplug the wire. So, pretty simple. Well, our first delivery is here. Should we talk about this stuff? I don't know. I don't know about this stuff. EnviroCure EKL BioStim. It's very little actual fertilizer in it, 0.3, 0.2, 0.4. But supposedly it has some other stuff in it, some amino acids and biologicals and all that kind of stuff. I'm very skeptical here. Derived from chicken manure. This comes from the place where we get our chicken litter from. They have decided that it is a good idea to put chicken litter in a big tank and add water, and then I think they're heating it up and like boiling the nutrients out of it and then draining the liquid off and selling it. And I'm pretty skeptical. But here it is. We're gonna try a little bit of this. We're not using very much, but we got 500 gallons here. Okay, we got that out. The hardest part of this is actually putting the tailgate back on. You have to loosen up some bolts on the side here and this one underneath, and then actually pull the sideboards apart to try and get that back in there. So I loosened the one side. I don't know if I have to do them both or if I've got it enough. I don't know, but we'll see if we can get this back on. Well, I got the tailgate back on, and we went and got our sprayer. This is a little homemade deal that we put together, and for the most part, it works really well, except for when you catch the booms on things and there's no boom breakaway. And then you bend them, and then they break off. So we happen to have one that was broken off, and while it needs to be re-welded and fixed, I don't have time for that right now. So we stuck a piece of angle iron on there and a couple of C-clamps, and it doesn't quite fold all the way, but close enough. It will work. We need to rinse this out because it mostly sprays Roundup, and I do not want Roundup in my lawn. That will kill it. So we're going to go put some water in, well, pressure test and leak test everything to start with, and get it flushed out a couple of times, and then maybe we can go kill some clover and some dandelions. Yeah. Okay, we got it flushed and rinsed, and everything's working, and we are good to go. We need between 40 and 50 gallons of water in there because our gallon jug does 2 to 2.5 acres, although it says 2 to 4 pints. So at 4 pints, that's 2 acres. At 2 pints, that's 4 acres. But it says to be on the higher end of that rate for clover, and I have clover. So we're gonna put in 40 to 50 gallons. We've got about 2 acres here, and we're gonna spray the worst of it first, and then we'll go from there. See how it goes. Well, I was gonna spray the lawn, but that ain't gonna work. Kids got home and they want to play outside. We're not gonna spray it if they're gonna play, so it's okay. Well, we'll have to worry about that later. I'm just making this pass along the road here. We have a pressure gauge, so I know what our PSI is. I know what size our nozzles are, and there's charts you can read to figure out how many gallons per acre you're putting on. The chart I found doesn't go down to 20 PSI. It starts at 30, but I can pretty well guess we need to be driving between 4 and 5 miles an hour, 4.5. So, we'll get it. None of it is quite that specific, let's say. Okay, next project. Let's go hang this box. We need to get this installed up on our panel that we're panel that we just put up a couple days ago. So I'm trying to make sure we got all the stuff. We've got some lag bolts. It can go through the holes up there, the corners of this, some washers for spacers and everything. We need to mount that other post to one that we've got, so I've got some long bolts for that. We've got the drill bits that we need. I'm trying to make sure that I've got everything. Maybe some caulk would be a good idea. I think I've got everything. I guess we'll find out. We're gonna go on up to the field, and it's close enough we can come back if we forgot something. So let's see if we can get this mounted. Update from the delivery situation. The trucker's running a little behind. Should be around 7 o'clock when they're here. That's in 3 hours. All right, well, here's our panel. It's solid. It looks fantastic. So we've got to make that into an antenna post. And so the idea is to bolt it to that, right to the inside and as high as we can make it. So we've got that block of wood there. We're going to screw that on as a ledge so that I can sit that on there, and then we're going to drill holes and we're going to anchor it. Maybe I should drill the holes in that piece first, and then we can just finish drilling through. But I don't have any clamps, so how am I going to hold it? Now we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Well, I'm short some tools already. I don't have the wrenches to tighten that up. But I installed the plate to the top of this post before I installed it because I wanted to make sure my cables were going to be long enough. If I stick it too high, my cables might be short. So we put that up there. I'm going to connect this cable. We'll stretch them down and make sure that it's going to work. Like that. Sweet. We got enough cable. We're going to mount our other box here, and they have to loop down and come in from the bottom. So we've got enough. Excellent. That's a 3-foot overlap. We're going to put 4 bolts through there. Should hold it nice. And that gets our antenna about 14 feet off the ground. They only say you need to go 10, but I'm a little concerned about that barn there and getting the signal through it. So I figure the higher the better. Okay, we got our bolts in, got it tightened up. That is excellent. Now we got to get our panel mounted. We're going to do the same thing, use that block to support it and put it in place. I just got to figure out where exactly we want it. Okay, we've got our panel on. Excellent. We got plenty of cord. It wiggles a little more than I would like. It's not terrible, but just a little more than I would like. So hopefully that's okay and that'll work. We do have to get power into this. It is set up for 110 volt, but we could just bypass this transformer and go directly to 12 volt because everything runs off of 12 volts. So we'll see how we have to power it, which kind of depends on whether or not our well gets drilled on time, which it's not looking promising. So yeah, is what it is. We'll figure it out. But there's that. I got to put the one antenna on up there yet, and I need to get a screwdriver or some way to close that box up. Well, I don't have a flat screwdriver to close those, but I got them so they're at least latched and it doesn't swing open. And we need some zip ties, or really some clamps that we can screw to that post and hold them, but zip ties will work for now or until they break. Anyway, we'll probably be back up here later this evening, so whoops. Oh, I about lost my drill bit. So we're gonna call that done. So the idea is to put a well back there. There's our base. And then bury some pipe. Basically straight out here. We left this, didn't chisel it because we thought we might be out here burying pipe and drilling wells and stuff over the winter. And well, that hasn't happened because well drillers are slow around here. But somewhere out here is where our riser needs to be. Now, initially we were planning on coming off the river, so we were trying to keep it as far to the east side of the field as possible. I'm hoping that we can come maybe somewhere right in here on this ridge and put our riser, keep it as close to the well as possible and not have to bury as much pipe. But that'll be where our hookup is, and then it'll make its backbone somewhere along in here, and we'll go across the field and it's going to water the whole thing. This is the stake that we had put in last fall when we kind of first had this idea that that's where our riser was going to be, but that was with the idea that we were going to bury pipe off the river back there. I really don't want to bury pipe off the river and have to pump out of there if we don't have to. I would much rather come out of the well, especially back up there, because we have power up there, or we can get power. There's a electric pole right there. So we'll see. I got an email from the well driller today that they basically said, well, we might be there by the middle of the summer, and that isn't going to work for me, so we're probably on to contingency plans or trying to call somebody else, but there's nobody else to call. I've already tried. I got a list of some people that are really far away that I doubt they would want to come, and I highly doubt that they would be able to in the next month, and that's what I basically need is a well in the next month. So I don't know, we'll see. Oh man, I am so excited to see this thing run this summer out in that big open field. It's going to be awesome to watch. I'm extremely excited. A little frustrated with our water situation, but man, it's going to be cool. If anybody knows any well drillers that can come in the next month, well, let me know. Just got a call from our truck driver. He's north of Fort Wayne. That's only about an hour out, and it's just after 5, so coming soon. Everybody went in the house now, and got time, so I'm finishing up my spraying. Try not to kill my tree. Alright, well, I'm out of spray. I got most of it. I got all of the new seeding stuff that was really bad, and the really bad dandelion spots. I did not get all of it behind the barn or that corner over there, but that's not so terrible anyway. So, whatever, no big deal. We can always mix up a little 2,4-D if we need to and clean some stuff up. But I think that'll make a big difference, and we should see it dying, like, tomorrow. Okay. I am going to run in the house for a few minutes, see the family, and then our rain should be here shortly. It's here, it's here, it's here. All right, Dad's gonna lead him up to the field. That thing's got to get unloaded at the field, not here. We got to get the 7520 loader tractor with some pallet forks on it, because we got some stuff we've got to lift off of there, and well, we could strap it and use the bucket. Might have to do some of that anyway, but it would be much better if we had the pallet forks on. Got him! I didn't even have to get out. That was awesome. Well, I had it unlatched before I got in the cab, but I was able to pick the other ones up and get them latched. Let's go on up to the field, Dad. So he's taking a long way around because we've got a narrow bridge and well, 7-ton weight limit, and we're gonna go that way. So we get to take the shortcut. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. You guys, oh, this thing is awesome. Now we're gonna take it over here by our base station and unload it and leave it sort of back off the road a little farther. Dad's quite concerned that this thing's gonna sit up here unattended and somebody's gonna come and screw with it. And well, I've told the world that it's here, so yeah, I understand his concern. Don't come up here and screw with my machine. I will be mad. And it has cameras. I will know. Oh, you guys, I am so excited for this. All right, so we're gonna let him kind of direct and do what he wants here, but I think we gotta lift that pallet off the front, and then he's gonna detach. We'll lift that hose off the front there, maybe lift the hose off the back, and then we've got to drive this off. And apparently I have to do it. So we'll figure it out. Getting the hose unloaded. There's 2 bundles of hose. I'll assume there's 1,500 feet apiece. It is 3-inch hose. I don't know what they call it. It's hard plastic, whatever. We'll look at it a little closer when we get a second. But they've got a fusing machine. They'll come out and fuse it together so that it's all one big long piece. We had to climb up on top here because we had to put the muffler on. It come in a box over there, so they said you had to put that on before you can start this thing up. So did that. Obviously that's where the hose goes, and the reel there we've got a fair bit of assembly to do, it looks like, and then the booms here will fold out. Oh, it's cool. You guys, you'll see. This is so cool. Oh, it's running. Oh, I hope it's not gonna move. Okay. Just drive it off, right? We're driving. Oh, where's the hole? There we go. It's moving stuff out of the way over there. It's off. Trying to steer it. We're going to set it over here where Dad's truck was, if I can get it there. Got to hold the override button to do this manually. We got speed control. We got steering buttons. Oh, we're getting that. Okay, well, it's going to sit there for a little while at least. I got to talk to the dealer and see when they intend to come up and put a hose on and get it all set up, but obviously we're not going to use it for a while yet, so just getting everything set up. We got to get everything set up, and that means the machine and a well. Here's all the pieces. We got all the metal there that builds the reel, and then the plastic pieces are the drops. Go down the rows, and then this is the hose end that we attach to our riser. So that's what we got to mate to. We just got to get water. Cool. All right. Well, here's that hose. Coiled pipe has significant stored energy. Handle with care. Yeah, I bet it does.
Makes you wonder sometimes when we signed it up and paid the money back in December, what we're gonna get here.
Well, I know. We got it. All right, well, there's the machine. So, yeah, we got a little setup stuff to do to it, but we're not going to mess with any of that now. We're going to let the dealer come up. They needed this base station in place so that they can come up and map the field, do a GPS boundary for it. And then this will communicate with that in the field. That's the RTK side of it, so that it can follow the rows. That's also why we put it on the planter, so that it knows where the planter goes. All three of those systems kind of work together with each other. And it should work really, really well. I'm pretty excited for this. You know, we'll see. We'll see how. I'm sure there's going to be some startup pains, some growing pains, and everything, and it's going to cost us a little more than we wanted to spend. Deal with our water issues, but it is what it is. We'll be fine. I think, well, I want to blah, 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 blah. I don't want to say we're in a unique situation with this, but the majority of these systems are getting sold into livestock scenarios, dairies, hog manure, that kind of stuff, where they're pumping the manure through it and using it to kind of fertilize in season and stuff. And I have every intention of injecting fertilizer into the water and using it for that purpose. But I don't know how many of them they have guys running just straight water for irrigation purposes like what we're doing. I know there are others out there. There are some, but they seem to be targeting the dairy side of it really heavily. And yeah, they're perfect for that situation. The field layout that we have here is also perfect for this. And it's a heck of a lot less work than what we had been doing with the hard hose traveler. We're not set up for pivots here. It just doesn't work real well with the layout of this field and trying to cover it. The advantage to this system, a couple of things, but number one, first and foremost, is it will cover the entire field. Even with the hard hose traveler, we were only getting 130 to 135 acres of the 173 that's in this field. This will do 170 of the 173, if not all of it. And in theory, we could put a bridge in across this ditch and it would water that field too. There's only like 13 acres there, but it could be done. So that's a huge, huge advantage when you can get water on the whole field, and that'll help bring our yields up average across this whole field. So with the hard hose traveler, I was pushing 260 yields out here. With this, water and everything, 300 is certainly within our reach, and I'm hoping that we can get there. But we'll see how it goes. There's going to be a learning curve. I know that. The other big advantage, I don't have to do anything. It is totally autonomous. I just check it on my iPad. Come up here and put fuel in it twice a year. That kind of, it's just so easy where I don't have to babysit it and be here all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, the first week we're probably going to live in this field just because I want to watch it. But once we get comfortable and everything's set up and running, it just goes. It doesn't require my input at all. All right. Well, we had a good day. We got a lot done, and we got our rain. And I'm so excited for it. So, we'll keep moving with that project and stuff, but it is going to take a backseat to planting here. That's obviously the priority, is getting stuff planted here soon. So, whew. Anyway, I'm going home. Thanks for watching this one. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. The video gets significantly less exciting tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're hauling seed. I've got my warehouse salesman guy coming down, and him and I are both going to haul some seed up to that guy that's got 47 boxes. And we're going to see if we can't get the majority, if not all of it, up there. I'll see how many trips we can make. But yeah, seed warehouse is going to look real empty after tomorrow. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and yeah, you're not going to want to miss this summer watching that rain run. It's going to be so freaking cool. So cool. So, have a great night. I know the sun's going down and it's getting cooling off, but those dandelions are dying already. So they're getting a little twisty. The clover, the leaves are flopped over. Yep, they're dead.